Dun, 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 dun. Love and Hip Hop Season 5, Episode 3. I just had to take a 2 because I wanted to see what the title of the episode was, but it doesn't have a title for the episode tonight, so anyway, it started where it left off with with Tammy. Well, Tammy say later in the episode that she punched her in the face, but Betty Idol says that she threw a drink on her and pulled her real hair out. That was her focus. My real hair, my real hair. Well, Tammy got some good hair too, so why she keeps saying that, I don't know. But anyway, D. Smith, she was just sitting there like she was sipping tea or something, watching her friend and Tammy get it in. So D. Smith, like I said, she looks pretty well. She transitioning. She hasn't fully transitioned. She still got to do some things. She not somebody that just because she transitioning don't mean that she's a great person. You know what I'm saying? You let your friend get in a fight. You let your friend get her real hair pulled out. So, you know, and then she sounded like a man when she was like, where the ladies at? She sounded like a man to me. So even though she know how to work her voice sometimes, it still messes up other times. And Betty Idol, when she was in the studio with Scrappy tonight, her voice is fake. When she all high and everything, it's all a gimmick, you know. She thinking that high voice is gonna get her somewhere. I wonder where she's from. If she has some Asian in her, she has some, you know, Latina in her. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's just the accent. Maybe it's just the makeup. Maybe it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure about her. But yeah, Tammy pulled out a little bit of her hair and whatnot. And she deserved what she got. You know, she talking too much. Now, Dime, she didn't meet up with Tierra before. You know, the setup was at Mimi's boyfriend's birthday party. You knew something was going to go down, Dime. Yeah, even, what's her name? Carly, she didn't know that she was being invited out by Tammy to go ahead and be the investigator. She found out when her and Dime, she invited Dime to come out with her, they found out together at the same time that she was supposed to do her spy methods at Tierra's job. So Dime decides to meet after Tierra goes to the emergency room, the urgent care. She calls her up, finds a way to meet up with her, and basically relieves the blame from herself and puts it all on Carly. But Tierra didn't even say anything like, I'm going to get Carly for putting me in the business or whatever. But Dime made it her job to let her know, I ain't had nothing to do with it. So what's up with Dime Piece? Dime Penny, whatever people calling her nowadays. And then she said, never trust a man that says, trust me. You see, she's single. See, I mean, I know it's something wrong with dudes these days, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Whenever dudes tell me to trust them, don't trust them because there's something wrong with it, I ain't too sure. I ain't too worried about it. But, you know, Dime, she got the fake booty, fake, you know, hips, and fake waist because she got that stuff sucked out. Probably fake breasts. She got the pink hair. She doing all the fake things and still ain't got no man. And I ain't got nothing fake on me. But, yeah. Scrappy, he missing his son or whatever, but you know he missing his son so much that he riding in the car smoking J's or whatever and got pulled over by the police, and he might have to serve some jail time because you know he already had trouble with his brother, his mom, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the stepfather kind of situation that's going on. So it's not going to probably be so easy for him to just be like, I'm going to get probation, you know, I could just pay this lawyer to get me off. And we saw, like, in the previews for this season that it looks like he's going to get some jail time. And I also, you know, seen on other avenues people saying that he's in jail right now. So, Tommy, she met Jocelyn while Jocelyn and Stevie was in LA. So she really don't know Jocelyn, but you know, Scrap and Stevie, they have a good relationship, calling each other uncles and stuff, and it looked like Jocelyn going to reveal later on in the season that it's a possibility that Scrap might be his son or whatever. But when Scrap went to go to LA, he met up with his supposed uncle, and Tammy came with him. You know, Tierra had to take care of her 4 kids, so, you know, she couldn't make the flight, so that's why he took Tommy. And Stevie, when he, you know, while him and Scrappy was talking, because Scrap, I'm going to make sure Scrap De Leon, he wanted to let Stevie know, you know, what's going on with him, because he know that Stevie had his troubles with the law, and he also has a bunch of women that, you know, be by his side and stuff, and what is his advice? And Stevie was like, you're going to have to make a choice or whatever, and that's what he did. You know, he made a choice, so basically he chose Jocelyn. So, you know, I guess that want for Mimi and Stevie J to get back together is probably far-fetched, because he chose to be with Jocelyn. And he even says that Jocelyn is a loose cannon and whatever, so that's what he wants in his life, you know. And Waka Flocka, you know, makes an appearance in this episode. He getting them coins, you know, he's traveling. He love his wife. You know, they even tried to let us think for a quick second, because it was like in a hotel room or something like that, because Tammy met him while he was out on the road. And it was like they wanted us to think that for a second that it was some other woman, but it was his wife, you know, and she met up with her man while he on the road, and I liked their banter, you know, it was cute, you know, the way they were in the hotel room, and she, you know, telling him the business, and he being a man, he don't want to hear no crap, you know what I'm saying, so he all like, forget that, I don't want to hear the mess. He didn't even reference the transsexual gay stuff. So Waka Flocka, he's my kind of dude, but even though you know, they say that he probably be cheating on her and stuff like that, hey, I don't know nothing about that, but from what I see, I like Waka Flocka. And his mother made an appearance on the episode too, because Tammy had a cover reveal for Black Men magazine, and she was saying, you already know Waka Flocka, he's one of the nicest people in the world, and she did not raise him to be against the LGBT community, so get it together. And Scrappy, the other Scrappy, the one that's been on the show since day one, I'm tired of him beautiful, and then that music, you know, the way he talk, it's just like, I know people that got veneers, you know, that got their teeth done or whatever, even though his teeth got knocked out, and he got the good teeth, or the supposed good teeth, the paid for teeth, but he need the beautiful. That stuff is getting on my daggone nerve, but you know, somebody likes it, because he be getting them women, they bees in line. So like I said, Tammy, she had a cover reveal for Black magazine, and she looked good on that cover. And Mimi was there, her partner, boyfriend, girlfriend was there, Rashida wasn't there, Bambi was there, and Bambi was looking like Bambi. You know, people saying she looking all good or whatever, but if she look good, I look good, you know what I'm saying? So it's not no negative towards her, but hey, she doing her thing, because she making me mad talking about, he be blowing up my phone, and we just broke up recently, but until I move on, he gonna do what I say. You broke up with the dude, you can't be worried about what he doing. So she confused me. It looks like by the end of the season, Scrappy and Bambi gonna be back together. And let me just go ahead and finish with them. She ends up going over to Scrappy's bachelor pad, even though people are saying on other YouTubes and on blogs and stuff, they say that he got a place in some other part of ATL, a house or whatever, so they don't understand where this bachelor pad is coming from. But she ends up making her way to his bachelor pad, and who was there? The assistant Taylor. And Taylor is the one that opened the door, and Bambi really don't want to acknowledge the chick, and Taylor was like, you came here to see Scrap? She's like, you here to see Scrap? But I'm telling you, like other chicks, I wouldn't want to acknowledge them either if I had, you know, my man or whatever, you know, my boo-boo. I'm not going to want to deal with other chicks either. The only person that I would want to give a little bit of, you know, due respect to is the parent, the mother and the sister and, nieces, cousins, something, excuse me, something like that. And you got to make sure that it's really a niece and a cousin, because lies are so easy. Chicks and dudes, they willing to play the cousin, niece, cousin, uncle, nephew role, which is so whack to me. But, people do what they got to do. They get in where they fit in. But she go there. She was like, did you know that Betty Idol was going around trying to start mess with my friends and stuff like that? You need to get your chicks in line. You over there can't even get me no opportunities, but you worried about having your modeling agency, but you didn't do nothing for me. So she decides to give back her little promise ring, and it looked like, I saw his hand on the table, he still had some kind of ring on his finger too, but she gave up her promise ring, her whatever ring, and then she said, I'm coming to get my dog Geely. And Scrap was like, you ain't gonna take that dog, you left this dog for dead or whatever, the dog want to be with me. So he, called the dog Geely over to him. The dog came to him, and then he sat the dog down, and then Bambi said, Geely, come here. That dog jumped over that table, went right to Bambi. Now, even though she left, ain't been around, Geely remember some Bambi. So Bambi took her dog and took the dog food, and here goes Scrap. You ain't gonna take that dog food. I bought that dog food. You gonna leave it here? She was like, we taking the dog food, and she dipped out. I like that. Stevie goes over to Mimi's place, and just like people used to talk about other seasons, like, I don't know how, no, not even forget other seasons, forget other people. I don't know how people got this baby mama, baby daddy stuff, but when y'all want to meet up to see the kids or have conversations, you don't even know that the kids is not there. The baby mother don't even say, she's out on a play date or whatever, so if you're coming over here, you just coming to see me. For some reason, Mimi didn't want to do that, but I guess she didn't because she wanted to reveal that she got a new boo and whatever. Stevie is not even tripping that she got a girlfriend, boyfriend thing. And he even asked, is she beautiful? And she like, well, she wants to be considered a dude. So if you meet her or whatever, don't call her beautiful because she wants to be considered a male. Like, that's messed up that you're going to force a man. The lady is a woman, and he has to be like, hey, dude, what's up, handsome? What's up, homie? Because this woman wants to be considered a dude. Anyway, Scrappy meets up with Betty Idol to ask her to apologize with, how she reacted to Tammy at their meeting, because she didn't have to go in, asking about her husband and talking about her like how she wasn't relevant and all that stuff. Betty was like, if she can let me meet up with her and let me pull her weave, pull her track out, even though you don't even know if Tammy was using her own hair or weave, because like I said, Tammy got good hair too. But she loves to keep talking about my real hair, she pulled my real hair. But anyway, she was like, if she lets me pull out her track, then maybe. But other than that, nope, I'm not going to do it. Scrappy ended up being like, hey, I ain't going to be able to work with you then. And he just left it at that. And here she go, that's why you don't have no hits. That's why blah, blah, blah. So Betty just being as whack as she always was. And it's only 3 episodes in. Maybe something good is going to happen in episode 5. Because it looks like next week, Jocelyn and K. Michelle is going to make some kind of appearance. The last scene, which was the preview that we saw last week, is Tierra, Scrap, and Tommy meeting up. And Scrap even says that he ain't in love with Tommy right in front of Tommy's face. And instead of her getting up, leaving, she's still sitting there, and she ready to get all big and bad. Sit down, man. I hope I ain't look too crazy, but it's like she turned into a dude. Like, remember how she cried and whined, when Scrappy was like, I'm going to give you some time. He didn't even say, I'm not going to deal with you no more. He said, I'm going to give you some time. Call me when you calm down. And she bust out crying. Well, she turned into a thug dude, Nizzle, when, Tierra was talking. And even Tierra was like, almost on Tommy's side. She was like, so what you going to do? You over here, you not telling us what's really going on, but you looking for jail pen pals. And she said piles, meaning Tommy and her and maybe some other chicks. And he all like, nah, it ain't even like that. But Tommy, you know what I'm saying, being her crazy self, the understandable 32 mugshot she got, she ready to fight Tierra instead of leaving this dude alone. Even though it looks like the mother is the reason that they together in the first place, you know. So I guess KK must be paying her some money or giving her something that's you know, keeping her motivated to stay with this dude Scrap, that he even revealing that he might be going to jail. So, you know, I don't understand. So yeah, that was Love and Hip Hop ATL Season 5 Episode 3. Anything else? I'm still watching Underground and I'm loving it. I'm trying to understand how Rosalie was able to get off the boat, find the Indians, and get the Indians to help them, because the capturing people were trying to get them where the boat was gonna dock up or whatever, and the Indians end up helping them, and then Rosalie standing there like She-Ra and stuff. I love me some She-Ra. Ah! I'll never forget She-Ra. But anyway, that's what she looked like, shoulder down, doing her thing. And then, we were made for love. We were made for love. John Legend. I like that song. Anything else? I like that Justin Bieber. I mean, I've been, you know, had the CD or whatever. But I love that company song. I like the way, be each other's company. The way he says it. I love it. Anything else? Because, you know, this is me. I'm trying to just go ahead and say what I feel like. Sorry for Houston, Texas. It looks like they underwater. It's a lot of water problems, a lot of flooding going on in the country. You know, in Japan, they had a massive earthquakes and stuff going on. It's a lot of climate change going on in the world. The environment is changing drastically. I hope things, you know, get better for all of us, you know, because it's like the weirdest places in the world is starting to have some bad things happen, and it's pretty scary. Anything else? I'm trying to get to a new amusement park that I haven't been to before. I mean, of course I don't like traveling alone, but I'm over Six Flags for 2016. I'm back to Six Flags 2017, but I needed a little break for Six Flags because I was going for the last 4 or 5 years straight. And I wasn't really worrying about going to other, you know, amusement parks because, hey, I can go to, how many Six Flags they got? Like 13 of them. I ain't been to all 13. But I know if I had a husband or whatever, I probably would be at all 13 Six Flags by now. Because I ain't messing with no broke dude. So I would think that we would get our season passes and we would make plans to get to all the Six Flags. With or without kids, I don't know. But I got parents that would not mind babysitting if we was traveling to the out of the country Six Flags. You know? But I'm getting somewhere pretty soon. Because I want to go. I've been to Kennywood Park and I liked that. That was fun. You know, that was pretty far from my household where I'm staying at. So I need to go even further. I've been to Florida, Orlando, Disney World and stuff a million times. So, you know, next time I'm thinking about going to Disney World is when I have children. So it'll be extra fun for me again. You know, looking at my kids all smiling, getting on the rides. And if the haunted house is still there, taking it to the haunted house, because I loved it. I loved it all the way up to when me and my brother would go to Disney World by ourselves. I think we went only once or twice by ourselves. But we still went to the haunted house. And he's older than me. And I was double digits the last time that I went to Disney World. So... and he was even older, and we liked the haunted house. So, yeah.